special about the event was that it brought together such a diverse group of people from the arts and the crafts and, that itself. And it was a very interestingly curated sort of mix of people, which needs a certain logic, right? Which needs a certain acumen to be able to call a group of people together such that the interactions between them will be challenging and productive in some way. So that was very beautifully done. I mean, the way the sessions were curated, and of course, I mean, I don't need to talk about all of the basics, the logistical basics. I mean, the choice of venue and the way everything was organized, and even, I mean, right down to the little badges that were made and everything. That was all very beautiful. But obviously, more importantly, the conversations that happened. I mean, each session was fascinating. So I also attended many of the other sessions, and so yeah, I mean, it was very stimulating experience overall. And even the feedback I got from my session, the people who were present, the questions that came up, the discussions that happened after it, were all incredible, were all great fun to engage in. So I had a great time. In a space like this, like the kind that Baithak creates, where people are thoughtfully brought together to interact with each other, then it becomes a whole other experience, because all of the people you're conversing with are engaged in serious pursuits of their own. So that makes a huge difference. Then the way they receive what you're saying, what you're trying to do, your music becomes very different from what a lay audience. A lay audience is often there for various reasons. Some are just there for entertainment, some are serious, some are students, some are not, But when all of the people involved in the experience are in an intellectual pursuit or an artistic pursuit of their own, then they are sort of invested in what is going on. They have specific things they want to grasp or they want to understand or go deeper into. And then that takes the interaction to a slightly, to another level. So that, I think, is the most valuable thing. When you put together an interesting and well-informed audience, like you guys did for Talking with Tradition, then the way one prepares for the event also changes. What happens then is that you suddenly become aware of the various aspects of what you do that you wouldn't have become aware of otherwise. So, for example, I'm not a historian. I mean, I'm a singer and a scholar of music. But obviously, history is important to every field. But then when you're talking to historians, you're aware, am I getting this right? Have I thought about this enough? So it challenges you. It makes you think. There were a lot of crafts people at the event. So then you start thinking of what you do in terms of craft. So that, I think, is the greatest thing that came out of this for me. And then while listening to the other people, you see a lot of connections and you see a lot of disconnections also. So the connections show you how connected we all are to what each of us do. And there are things that, like, I didn't know about this. I never thought about this, that there could be so much in this little corner of the world, So that was a learning experience always. And this stuff stays with you. We were all very close together. So it didn't feel like I was separate from the audience and addressing them. So that intimate atmosphere was very nice. It actually affects what you're saying and it makes it go in different directions. So that I thought was very different. The second thing was that, again, I mean, I've said this, I'm repeating myself, but the people were very thoughtfully chosen. There was diversity in the backgrounds of the people, in the fields of the people, and also in the approaches of the people involved. And because the sort of the theme was tradition, talking with tradition. So the idea that you have a conversation with tradition, and the diversity that was there, it caused you to question what tradition was. That was one thing. And the other thing was that it was not, I think it was a lovely idea to also have actual craft making happen there, rather than just talk. So that was very unique, and I haven't seen that anywhere else.